Hey guys, so we're back with another video today, and so what I wanted to show you is basically we're going to do a video on creating a Arma 3 server. So you can see I've got a game server here that I made, and I've assigned it 8 gigabytes of memory. It has 2 CPUs. I've also given it an additional hard drive space. Okay. And another video we can go through some of these advanced settings. So anyway, it is running at the moment, and the web server I have is turned off to save resources. And again, we've added in the last video, I added the 3 terabytes, so I've added the additional virtual disk for the game server here, and the virtual machine is located in the NVMe drive, which is going to be right here, and this is where the virtual hard drive is. Now I've already installed I've already got the server up and running. Okay, so to make the video short, it's a fresh server. It has Windows Server 2016, the desktop variant, and I've updated it with all the latest updates. It has a static IP. Okay, I've renamed it. Remote desktop is enabled. Time has been set, and so on. Okay, and we've got our storage pool. I created a storage pool for the additional drive that I had added, alright, with a virtual disk, alright, and at the moment that virtual disk has 126 gigabytes, and it's mounted in the W volume right here. Okay, now I've also gone ahead and downloaded all the prerequisites for the server, namely the DirectX, the C++ redistributable for 2013 and 2015, both the x64 and x86 variants. I've also downloaded the 7-zip, which I use quite often, and Virtual Studio Code and PBO Manager, which you may need. And again, you can check in here. We can see that these are already installed. Okay. Now I like to use Google Chrome, so I've gone ahead and installed that. Now I have a guide for doing an exile server, which is a little bit additional. It's a little bit different. It has some additional steps for an exile server, but we're not doing that today. We're just doing a basic Arma 3 server. So I've already downloaded my files for that and my guide, which is in here, and I have some additional files and stuff. I've also created a server updater, which we're going to use in a minute, right, to have install our Arma 3 server. So the next step, we don't have a Steam account for this at the moment, so I'm just going to create a fake account. Alright, so I'm just going to select join Steam here, and I'm going to call it game server 1. Let's see if that's available. Not available, so we'll call it, actually let's call it game server 416. Let's check that. Let's see, 416 available. Okay, if you know what the 416 stands for, good on you. So I'm just gonna check a I'm just gonna put a, let's see, I'm just gonna put a temporary password here. I'm gonna call it and I will update that after. Oops. I'm going to use my email. Oops. What's the deal there? What's going on with my keyboard? That's interesting. Why is my keyboard set to... It must be set to Great Britain or something like that. Let's see what's going on here. English, Canada, French. No, we want the US. There we go. Okay. Info. Okay. And let's see, we gotta enter these characters here. Now I recommend setting up a fake, Steam. Let's see, for your server, because of course I'm over 13 years old. Continue. Well, let's see, that didn't work out. Let's go with. Okay, let's try again. Alright, so it's going to say that they sent us an email. I'm going to check the email on my tablet to, okay. Okay, so we got a new account verification. So I'm just going to go into my tablet here and I'm just going to verify that I received the email. Okay. And our email is verified. Okay. Alright. Now we got our Steam account there, so now we can actually go ahead and edit this and put in our, what was the name of that again? Game server 416, right? Okay, so we're going to put that in here. Okay, and our password, which I will be changing later. But for this video, it's okay. I believe that's what I selected. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and save that. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go with our... Now, we've already got DirectX, we've got the Steam exe, so let's actually... we've downloaded that. We've downloaded the Visual C++ that we need. We've downloaded the Visual Studio Code. And the other things that we need, we have. So what we're going to do now is make our file topology. Okay. And we're going to follow along with this guide here to keep us on track so I don't get sidetracked. Okay. So we're going to install the server in this drive here in the W. This is where we're going to put everything. So we're going to make a folder called A3, A3 files. Okay, we're going to make another one called Steam. Actually, we don't need to do that. Sorry, we'll make this one, we're just going to call this one Arma server, because this is where our server is going to go. Now we already have the Steam CMD, so we're just going to go ahead and get that from here. So we're going to extract it. it here, right? So I'm actually just going to cut this Steam CMD and I'm going to paste it into here. Okay. Alright. I like to keep everything, the first one capitalized, because I'm cool like that. So now I think that's all we need for now from there. So I'm just going to minimize this for a second. So what we want to do first is we want to get Steam installed. So it's going to download Steam, right? Okay, and you can get the Steam CMD from Google, or I'll put a link to that below in the you can check that in the description. So you just type quit. Alright, so we have our Steam CMD now. We're gonna grab our, we're gonna go into my file that I downloaded here, and we're gonna grab this server update. We're gonna cut this and we're gonna put it in here. Now I'm going to grab the copy address as text. We're going to edit this actually. Okay, so our Steam path, we're going to enter that in here now. Okay, and the Arma 3 server path is where we want the Arma server to be installed, which is going to be here. Okay, so we're just going to take this, copy this address as text, okay, and we're going to put it here. Alright, we're going to save. Now hopefully if this password is correct, I actually can't remember what I typed in there, so we should be able now to double click this and press enter. It's going to try to log us in. It says the login's okay, and it's going to start downloading the required files for the Arma server, okay, from Steam. Alright, now while that's going, let's see, so here's my GitHub there. I'll put a description, I'll put a link in the description if I can remember. We've done all that. We don't have to worry about MySQL, and I'll just leave that open momentarily. So as soon as this is done downloading, we'll be able to continue. And in the meantime, I'm going to pin this to my quick access, and let's just take a look here. Now if we need some mods, in another video I'll show you how to transfer some mods. Now because I'm on a ThinkPad, I don't have Arma installed here, but I do have it on my home theater PC. So in the next video I will, let's see if we can access this. Let's see. I will try to, let's see. Yeah, so I have some stuff in here. So what I'll do is I will add my my workshop for my mods in here, and then I'll basically transfer them over as I need them to my game server. Okay. So once this is done, which it should be done in a few minutes, we'll carry on. Now in the meantime, while we're waiting for that, actually, let's just double check the IP. Now what do we got here? We got 13, right? So we have to do some port forwarding. So I'm just going to jump into my router here, and I'm just gonna port forward. Okay, port forward, and I'm gonna add a rule here. And I'm gonna call this Arma server, and we're gonna do 2302 to 2305. Okay, and the IP was 13, right? Let's double check. 13. Okay, 13. We're gonna hit apply. We're gonna save. All right, and that's gonna do the port forwarding for us. Okay, so that's done, and our Arma server is downloaded, so we can just hit enter. Now if we go back in here, now we can see all the required files and so on. Okay, now what we have to do now, and we don't have any missions, so the next thing we're gonna take a look at is the firewall. Oops, where is that now? Firewall. Let's just get the firewall sorted out. So inbound rule, add new rule, program, next, browse, Arma server, and we're gonna hit the Arma 3 server 64-bit, because I'm gonna run a 64-bit server. And we'll hit open, next, 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 and we'll call this Arma server 64 in. Okay, finish. We'll do our outbound, new rule, program, next, browse, Arma server x64, open, next, allow the connection, next, next, Arma server 64 out. Okay, finish, and that's it. We've got our inbound and our outbound rules in our firewall now. Okay, now the next things we need to put in there is we have to go back to that download there, and in the download form on my GitHub it has all the required files. So we're just going to grab the basic configuration, and we're going to grab the server auto start. We're going to cut those and we're going to paste them into here. Okay, now for the basic, let's just take a look at that. So there's more information on the wiki online. You can check this out. Okay, but just leave this at the default for now. There are some tuning options, but if you don't know what you're doing, you really shouldn't mess with any of this stuff. So I'm just gonna leave it at the default, okay, which you should too. I'm just gonna get rid of these white spaces here, because obviously I know what they are and I will not be modifying anything at this moment. Okay. Oops. Alright, so I'm just gonna save that and close it. And then in the config, it's the same thing. Now, you can put the name of your server here. So I'm gonna call this server no, I better not call it that. We'll just call it game server 416, okay? And we're just gonna leave the admin password blank for now, because I'm gonna do something else later with that. Verify signatures too. BattleEye. You can leave everything else here the same, just default. And then we'll just put here, welcome to game server 416. And then we'll put my website here. We'll put please visit Okay. Now for the missions, we're going to come back to this in a minute when we get some. Now, of course, this is for exile, so we're going to modify some of this stuff. We don't need this in here because we're not doing exile today, right? So we're just going to leave that here. We're just going to modify some of this stuff, okay? So we're going to come back in a minute and we're going to change the template to a different mission. We're going to get a different mission in a few minutes. So we're just going to save that for now. And then let's check out this server auto start here. So let's get that sorted out. So we have to change our directory, right? So our Arma server is in the W, so we have to change this here to W. And then this is the directory for our server, so we have to change that. And we're using the 64 variant, so we're gonna copy that. We're gonna put that in here. This is the 32-bit variant there at the moment. Now for mods, we're not using any mods at the moment, so we're just gonna delete this. We're not using any mods at all. Okay, and we're not using any server mods either at the moment. Okay, so we're just gonna change that. Now the configuration is going to be in here, so we're just going to get this, we're going to change this for the location of the configuration. Okay, the port stays the same because we're using that port, and the profile, we're going to call it game server 416. Okay, and we're gonna change this to reflect the configuration, where our basic configuration, and we actually don't have to worry about this. We're gonna take this out for now. Okay, and we have auto initiation. I think that's what it stands for, but basically it's going to be persistent, right? Okay, so we're going to save that for now. Now, we don't have a mission, and it's going to give us an error, but we can just go ahead and, well, let's get a mission anyway. I don't have my missions up at the moment, so let's get one that I like. Let's see. Let me see if I can remember the name. KP Liberation is a great mission. You can find it on GitHub. Now I believe there's a link here for the finished missions. Let's see, issues, projects, pull requests. Altus, none. Let's just check this. I think we have a link here. There we go. So let's see, let's take, let's just go with Altus for now. So we're gonna download the Altus, which I don't believe we need any mods for, right? So let's get that. There, that's right here. So we're gonna extract it with 7-zip. That's right here, okay? So we're just going to take this PBO, we're going to copy it, and we're going to put it into our missions right here. And we're also going to take the name, because we have to fix this config right here. Okay. Now the mission we're going to use, we're going to change it from this one to the mission we just downloaded, minus the .pbo. Okay, so that'll make sure that our mission loads up there. All right, and that's it. So what we're going to do now, we should be able to just double click our server auto start, and it should just start right up. Okay. And I don't believe we need any mods for that, so let's take a look here. I believe this mission supports 32-bit. Yep. Alright, so we got our dedicated host is created here. Battle is initiated. We've got our game port there. Okay. And we've got our mission KP. Alt is for from bank. Roles assigned. Game mission read. Game started. Okay. Now if we went into the launcher, we would be able to find it, but I don't have Arma installed at the moment. But that's it. That's basically all there is to it. Now with this server auto start here, basically what happens is if your server shuts down for whatever reason, let's say it crashes, it'll wait a few seconds and it'll automatically restart that server. Okay, so you'll see in a second here, it'll say, so let's say your server gets overloaded with players and then it crashes. So it'll say it'll say that the server has shut down, and it'll say restarting. You can see here it'll reinitialize. Okay, and you'll see that it'll load the add-ons and the mission and so on and so forth, and the mission will start back up again. Okay, which it'll be right here. All right. Now you can see in here that if we go back into our server file, we've got that profile, the game server 416 boss that we created, and this is where we will have our RPT files. Okay, so if you're ever asked for an RPT, this is where they are. Right, and if we take a look in here, we can actually open it, and this gives us all the information regarding our server, if we have any mods loaded and so on and so forth, and if we're getting any errors or anything like that, right, it'll all be in here. Okay. Also you have your BattleEye here, so if you're using the BattleEye Archon, you can, or Recon or whatever they call it, you can put the files in there for that. Okay, and you've got your profiles there. Now if you're going to do mods, you can just add the mods right in here, or you can make another file space for the mods. It really doesn't matter, as long as it's within the same machine and you have your user for this machine has the permissions to read that, then you're fine. I normally just put them right into the Arma server root. It just makes things easier. Okay, so you can just put your mods in here, and then you make sure you put your keys in the keys folder, and then that's it. And when you have your mods, you add your mod string into your server auto start here. So you would add your mod string in here, right? Okay, following your profiles or anywhere in this string. Really, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really make a difference. Okay, and that's basically it. That's all there is to making an Arma server. Like I said, the server is online, but I can't check it at the moment. So if you like this video and it helped you out, hit the like button, and you can leave some comments and let me know if you would like to see any other kinds of videos. Ciao.